அறிவிப்பு இதோ இன்னும் சற்று நேரத்தில் அவை பெருமக்கள் அவையை அலங்கரிக்க உள்ளனர். அவை பெருமக்கள் உள்ளே நுழையும் பொழுது மரியாதை நிமித்தமாக அனைவரும் எழுந்து நிற்குமாறு பணிவுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். இன்றைய நாளுடன் இனிவரும் எல்லா நாட்களும் இனியவையாகவும் வளமுடன் அமைந்திட வாழ்த்தி எங்களின் அன்பு கலந்த இனிய காலை வணக்கத்தினை அவையோருக்கு உரித்தாக்குகிறோம். கனவுகளின் வாயிலாக வானளந்து வந்திருந்த இந்த இளம் மாணவ கண்மணிகள் அவற்றை நினைவுகளாக செதுக்கப் போகும் காலம் இதோ. கல்வி எனும் வண்ண தூரிகையினால் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கையில் பல நிறங்களை கூட்டிட தக்க தருணம் இது. பெற்றோருக்கு பேருவகையுடன் பெருமிதம் சேர்க்கும் நாள். நீங்கள் அனைவரும் வெற்றிவானில் வெகு தூரம் சிறகடிக்கவும் பயணிக்கவும் உங்கள் அனைவரையும் ஸ்ரீ ராமகிருஷ்ணா பொறியியல் கல்லூரி வாழ்த்தி வரவேற்கிறது. அனைவரும் வருக வருக.
A very pleasant morning to everyone on this momentous day. Respected chief guest of the day, Ms. Sumitra Ranganathan, Vice President Engineering, Head Cisco BU, ER&D GBL, India Capgemini Bengaluru. A joint managing trustee, SNR Sons Charitable Trust, Shri R. Sundar. Our guests of honor, Mr. S. Balachandar, Software Director, Intel Corporation, Bengaluru. And our alumnus of 1994-98 batch, Ms. Thangamalar Sundaram, Principal Member, AGM RD, TAFE, Chennai, an alumna of 1994-98 batch. As we stand at a promising new dawn, the light of education is all set to be lit to ignite us. To make this event a blessed one, I now call upon our chief guest, Ms. Sumitra Ranganathan, our guests of honor, Mr. S. Balachandar, Ms. Thangamalar Sundaram, our joint managing trustee, Shri R. Sundar, principal, Dr. N.R. Alamelu, to come forward to light the Kuthivilakku.
கதிரவனால் பகல் பிறக்கும், கல்வயிரம் தகதகக்கும், சுட்ட சங்கும் வெண்மை தரும், பட்ட துன்பம் இன்ப வழி நல்கும் மாசு அறுபட்டால், மனத்துக்கண் தூசு நீங்கும், தூய ஒளி தோன்றும், பனிசூழ் விலகும், மாயவலை அகலும் மாசு அறுபட்டால், இந்த தூய ஒளி உம்மில் எம்மில் நம்மில் பரவி எங்கும் தூய்மை நிறைக்கட்டும், நன்மை துலங்கட்டும், நன்மை துலங்கட்டும்.
Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am. I now request the dignitaries to take their seats on the dais. We also extend a hearty welcome to Mr. Karthikeyan, Senior Director, Capgemini. To begin this auspicious occasion, ladies and gentlemen, may we now rise for Tamil Thai Varthu.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிறொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிடனர் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம் வியந்த செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
The act of welcoming is a hospitable sign of heart and soul. It gives warmth and happiness. I request our beloved principal, Dr. N.R. Alamelu, to deliver the welcome address and introduce our chief guest.
The distinguished chief guest of the day, Sumitra Ranganathan, Vice President Engineering, Research and Development, Capgemini, Bangalore. Shri Balachandar Sambasivam, Director, Software Engineering, Intel, Bangalore. Alumnus from the first batch of Computer Science and Engineering. Ms. Tangamalar, Assistant Chief Engineer, Research and Development, TAFE, alumnus, Mechanical Engineering from Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College. The beloved Joint Managing Trustee, Sri R. Sundar of SNR Sons Charitable Trust, heads of the departments, members of the faculty, the freshers who have chosen SREC to develop you as a complete engineering professional, parents, invited guests, press and media. A very, very happy morning and warm welcome to each one of you. Today we are here to inaugurate and induct the 29th batch of students of BE BTech into Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College. For this program, it is our pleasant privilege to have with us today Ms. Sumitra Ranganathan, Vice President, Engineering R&D, Capgemini, India. Our chief guest, Sumitra, has been associated with Capgemini since 2014. She has been instrumental in pioneering global engineering services, businesses which include research and development, product lifecycle management, telecom engineering, and embedded software. She has championed many new initiatives for Capgemini and leads as a center head for Bangalore. She is the core member of the Capgemini Diversity and Inclusion Governance Council. She has won many accolades and awards in her professional journey. At this juncture, I am extremely happy to share that SREC has got a Memorandum of Understanding with Capgemini and a Center of Excellence of Capgemini established in SREC. Ms. Sumitra, as an adjacent person, was recognized for her leadership and honored with the most coveted CEO award and the Innovation Team Award. She has 27 years of industry experience in key leadership roles with Ericsson and with Wipro Technologies before joining Capgemini. She is a multifaceted personality with active association in NASSCOM, Zinnov, and she is a veteran speaker. She is a Green Belt certified lean practitioner and a Six Sigma champion. She is a sports enthusiast, a yoga practitioner, and an avid reader. Her credo in life is organization first with unquestionable integrity. Sumitra is a graduate in computer science and engineering, and she has authored many articles. It's our privilege to have such a senior, inspirational professional with us today. On behalf of SNR Sons Charitable Trust and Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College, I extend a very cordial welcome to Sumitra. Welcome to you, Sumitra. It's my pleasure to welcome our alumnus, Mr. Balachandar from Intel Bangalore. Balachandar is the first batch of alumnus of Computer Science and Engineering, passed out in the year 1998. He has 24 years of professional experience and is presently the Director, Software Engineer with Intel Bangalore. Prior to joining Intel in 2017, he held senior positions with Ericsson Bangalore and Toshiba Software and Acme Technologies and Ergo Software at Noida. Balachandar is a JLPT N5 certified professional project leader in management innovation. He has a number of publications in various conferences, both at national and also at international levels. He has a great track record of meeting customer satisfaction and timely delivery with all his customers. It is indeed our pleasure to have with us Balachandar, our alumnus from the first batch, to address the students of the 29th batch for this orientation program. Hearty welcome to you, Balachandar. It is my pleasant privilege to welcome another member from our alumni family, Ms. Thangamalar. She belongs to the first batch from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. She is presently the Assistant Chief Engineer, Research and Development at TAFE, Chennai. She has more than 12 years of experience with TAFE in various positions, Manager R&D and Senior Manager, contributing to the research and development in the automotive sector. Her top skills include lean manufacturing and expertise in automotive research and development. Prior to joining TAFE, she has 10 years of experience with Precon Limited, Coimbatore, and Sundaram Fasteners Limited, Chennai. Really, it is proud to have two of our alumni from the first batch for this orientation program, and it is our pleasant privilege to have a lady mechanical engineer on the dais who passed out 25 years ago from SREC as the guest of honor to address the engineering aspirants today. On behalf of all of us, I extend a very warm welcome to you. Welcome to you, Thangamalar. It is indeed our great pleasure to welcome our Joint Managing Trustee of SNR Sons Charitable Trust, Sri R. Sundar, to preside over this function. Mr. Sundar is the third generation from the family of SNR Sons Charitable Trust. Mr. Sundar is a Stanite for his school, bachelor's degree from Loyola, Chennai, and took his MBA in finance from London. He is the Joint Managing Trustee of SNR Sons Charitable Trust, Managing Director of Dr. R.V. Group of Business Establishments, Trustee of Dr. R. Venkatesalu Charitable Trust, Trustee of SRSI Educational Trust, and he is also part of the Healthcare Panel of the Confederation of Indian Industries, Coimbatore. On behalf of Ramakrishna Engineering College, I extend a very hearty welcome to the beloved Joint Managing Trustee, Shri R. Sundar, to induct the 29th batch of students into the institution today and also to deliver the presidential address. Welcome to you, sir. It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Karthikeyan, Senior Director from Capgemini, Coimbatore, who has also joined us for this orientation program. It's my pleasure to welcome Ms. Veena, who is again a first batch alumnus, Computer Science and Engineering, who is the President of the Alumni Association of Ramakrishna Engineering College. Welcome to you, Veena. It's my duty to welcome the heads of the various institutions managed by the Trust. My sincere welcome to the heads of the departments and members of the faculty for today's orientation program. My hearty welcome to all the students who have chosen to be part of SREC for this orientation program. The institution will take all efforts to shape and mold the personality of each one of you in developing you to be a complete, competent professional imbibing lot of human values and ethics. I'm extremely happy to welcome all the parents who have joined their wards for this function. A great welcome to all the guests and invitees. It's my pleasure to welcome the press and media personnel without whom no function in SREC would be complete. I once again welcome each and every one of you who have honored our invitation by sparing some time to be part of this program. I take this opportunity to wish each one of you all the very best and all success, and assure you that you will have a great time, great learning with a lot of fun and life skills acquired once you graduate from our portals in 2026. Wish you all the very, very best. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. A vibrant personality who is an incessant pursuer of knowledge and excellence is a joint managing trustee, SNR Sons Charitable Trust, Shri R. Sundar. I request you, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Respected Chief Guest of the Day, Ms. Sumitra Ranganathan, Vice President, Engineering Head, Cisco BU, ER&D GBL, Cape Gemini, Bangalore. Guest of Honor, Mr. Balachandar S., Director of Software Engineering, Intel Bangalore, alumnus 1994 to 1998 batch. Ms. Tangamalar Sundaram, Assistant Chief Engineer R&D, TAFE, Chennai, alumna batch 1994 to 1998. Principal Dr. N.R. Alamelo, heads of the departments, faculty members, students, and dear parents. A warm good morning to all of you. You are the 29th batch of students, and I am excited to welcome you to the 2022 orientation program. Congratulations for making it to this hallowed portal of learning, a bright flame of knowledge and innovation. The years of toil and labor in pursuit of intellectual excellence at school has brought you today to this gateway of your future dreams and achievements. This institute was founded in the year 1994 and has on one hand been fulfilling the national vision of investment in development of the nation's technical capabilities, and on the other hand, serving as a social ladder for the students from all the backgrounds. This academic edifice has produced excellent engineers who ply their trade effectively across the nation and increase and beyond. We have been always endeavoring to imbibe the best academic practices, increase industry linkages, and make learning more meaningful to produce enlightened engineers. We understand that excellence is never a safe harbor, but it is an unremitting endeavor, born out of deep passion. We at SREC ensure that we constantly nurture that passion and pass the torch to you students while you pursue the realization of your academic and professional dreams at this campus. We are proud of a strong team of meticulously trained and dedicated, committed faculty and staff, and the most advanced teaching aids and updated curriculum. Latest technologies are incorporated in our curriculum to enable multidisciplinary approach with multimodal learning. Recently, we have introduced specialization in all the branches of study like automation, 3D printing, IoT, electric vehicles, cybersecurity, to name a few. The staff, students, and the industry work together, and this secures internships and job offers for our students. In the wake of 2020 National Education Policy, an outcome-based learning through choice-based credit system, CBCS, was introduced to strengthen the interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach. All of the programs are learner-centered and give chances for lifelong learning through enriched and flexible content. This system allows you to pick up your own courses and teachers while also exposing you to interdisciplinary learning. As a result, we ensure that our students graduate as technically competent, highly communicative, and application-oriented and lifelong learners. This campus of academic excellence has always maintained the pace of development and constant innovation and keeps moving from strength to strength. Students are further groomed through variety of co-curricular activities and include soft skill development and acquisition of technical abilities. We have a center for innovation called Collaborative Innovation in place to bridge the gap between academia and industry, COIN. The MHRD's Innovation Institute Council has recognized our innovation center. A variety of activities were carried out throughout the year. In front of these achievements, SREC has been selected as one of the 49 institutions Government of India recognized this initiative of the institution's Innovation Council with a top star rating. We have a well-functioning career development and placement division that assists us in maintaining a high placement rate. Over the years, several of our former students have been placed with industry behemoths. Many of them have gone on to become successful and inventive business owners. This exceptional placement record is highlighted by our active alumni association. The association has been bolstered by the US chapter in New Jersey and another one in Europe, and in addition to the strong presence in metros like Chennai, Bangalore, and Coimbatore. With such worldwide visibility, it acts as a driving force for your success across borders. We will do all that takes to provide you the range of new experiences and abundant opportunities to flourish as a student and as a person. Alongside academics, we do have a splendid sports and cultural amenities. I encourage you to make the most of them during your time here. Avail of them, enjoy them while you're here, and join various clubs like the NCC and the NSS. Apart from our college's NSS units is quite active, providing community service. We are pleased to inform you that our NCC unit at our college exists to help students develop into trustworthy soldiers of the nation. My dear students and parents, diversity and humanity is our greatest strength. And through adversity, ordinary people are prepared for extraordinary causes. We learned this invaluable lesson from the COVID juggernaut. Now you stand in the post-pandemic generation, in the period that will shape you for a better tomorrow. As you open this new chapter of your life, please note that education is not all about reading and passing your exams. Creating networks, forging bonds that will transform your life for future. is very important. You need the right kind of launchpad to achieve that. And let me assure you that SREC, you are without a doubt in the proper place. Malcolm Forbes once said, education's only a purpose to replace an empty mind with an open one. As an institution of higher learning, we are fully involved in the implementation of this development agenda, and today I seek your contribution towards this agenda of academic and professional excellence. We assure you that SREC will equip you to learn and use your knowledge, innovativeness, and technical know-how, and be the change that is needed within the country and beyond. I wish you all the very best. God bless you, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request our chief guest, Ms. Sumitra Ranganathan, Vice President, Engineering, Head, Cisco BU, ER&D GBL, India, Capgemini, Bengaluru, to take over the podium.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, I need to talk. Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I'm very happy to be here amongst you. There is always a saying, when you are with the youngsters, you feel more younger, right? At least 4 to 5 generations ahead, assuming each generation is around 7 years. So don't guess my age now, right? I'm here to be with you for next 20-30 minutes. I have some 6 to 8 slides, but none of them will be technical, I guarantee. Okay? So I know that you guys are fresh from school to college. So what I want to share with you are some kutti stories. Familiar of this word, kutti stories? On when you, oh, thank you very much. Check, yeah. So I thought I'll share some data points, right? It's very important for all of us. And I was just thinking I'll try out my native language speaking in between my English. If there are any errors in my usage of the language, manichirunga, right? So, because I'm used to speaking in English, only at home I speak Tamil. So, romba colloquial-ஆ இருக்கும் நான் தமிழ் பேசினேன்னா பார்க்கலாம் எப்படி வருதுன்னு, right? I'm going to try it out here. So, there will be a lot of question answers, okay? But every question, I will guarantee that you guys know the answer, some of you at least. Right? So, some data sharing I want to do, right? So that you are ready for what you are going to get or what you are going to experience in this 4 years in this institution, right? How many of you have seen the movie Ponniyin Selvan already? Many of you. So did you just directly go and see the movie? At least for this movie, you went, did some YouTubing, found out some character mapping, understood some characters, at least you thought you understood the characters. I'm sure many of you, this generation who are joining the college now, has not read the novel itself. I have read it. And many of the parents would have read it. Right? So what did you do as youngsters? You did some YouTubing, saw the characters, tried to map it and recollect it when you actually saw the movie, right? So, before getting into the engineering course, I'm trying to give some subtle data points for you about the industry. Nothing technical, huh? Just have your radars open, digest it, and you will collect this information a lot. For you to be an engineer by spirit, by practice, it is important for you to understand the things around you happening. That's the first point, right? So I'm very happy to see you in person. I think this is the first batch doing the orientation in person after 2.5 years. So let's all give an applause for ourselves for that, correct? God has given this blessing to us to have this in person, right? So we will move on to the slides. Very simple slides. What is engineering? What is technology? It is very simple, right? Engineering is nothing but a systematic approach to designing something and via some processes and systems. Finally, what we are doing, we are fulfilling the human needs. That's it. What is technology? We use technology to fulfill our needs. Finally, everything is all about us. How we are doing it using technologies, and engineering is a process by which we achieve that. I'm sure all of us realize how technology has changed our lives. Do you agree? The lifestyle. When is the last time you went to a bank to deposit a check or to withdraw money from a bank? At least, I have not gone to the bank, my salary bank, for last 20 years at least. Everything is online. And you don't need to be a computer science student or an electronics student or a high-tech graduate or nothing rocket science about it. Each of you use it. The roadside vendor nowadays uses Google Pay or Paytm, right? So we have digitized. It's a learning. Nothing is rocket science. First, we have to believe in that. First, we have to believe in everything around you. If we have that need, people say, right, inventions are nothing but necessity leads to inventions. And we are all very good at it, Indians, right? Healthcare has changed. Privacy, is there anything private at all nowadays? Everything is with Mark Zuckerberg, right? He knows everything what we are doing. Now I'm talking in this college about this. I'm sure in my Facebook there will be some posting coming in on engineering colleges in and around Coimbatore, right? Or some resorts in and around Coimbatore, right? This is what I will get in my Facebook after I go and see today evening. Businesses have changed. Human behaviors have changed, isn't it? When I was young, if it's my birthday or Diwali or Pongal celebrations, dress up nicely. I go to my grandpa's house, grandma's house, uncle's house, all these things to take blessings. You know why? They'll bless and they'll also give you money, right? Tell me, is any one of you doing that, going and seeing if they are in a different place, at least, little far? Today, everything is in WhatsApp, video call. And even if some money is coming, it's coming via GPay. So it has changed. Technology has changed our lifestyle, but it's not the end of it. There is something more to come. You see the right-hand side here. I'm sure only the first few lines, rows of people can see what's displayed here, but nothing, I will talk it out. So nothing to worry about the people who are sitting at the back side. Today, the fossil fuels are being replaced by electric cars. Tomorrow, we are inventing sand batteries. In the process, we are already having proof of concepts for all this. 3D printed. Some of our body parts will be changed into 3D equipments. Maybe in the next 5 years to 10 years, all of us will be wandering with a chip in our body. Right? So, technology is changing, and that change is a constant. First, let's sink that in. So don't get surprised or shocked or awed by the things changing around you. Try to adapt yourself. And that's the first criteria of an engineer. Try to adapt, try to digest what's happening, and soon you will become a master of it. The Industrial Revolution, I will take only 30 seconds in this slide. Industrial Revolution 1.0 started in 18th century, 1780. The invention of steam engines, James Watt. Each one of us would have read in general knowledge and in physics, maybe. Followed by the mechanical mass production, factories, mechanical and electrical. Followed by in 1970s, invention of electronics, transistors, diodes, transistors, and computers, rise of computers, created a better infrastructure for all of us to communicate better with each other. We used to write letters erstwhile, but after the computers and internet was invented in 95, 94, internet, buzzword. We all started communicating via internet. We became closer, world became closer. That is Industry 3.0. We are currently in Industry 4.0 and we have already stepped into Industry 5.0. People talked about Industry 4.0 labs in SRSC College here. You guys are lucky to be going to be part of it, to explore and unleash those labs and the facilities, right? So, but what is the point here to note is the time taken from Industry 1.0 to 2.0 and 3.0, it's almost a century. But from 3.0 to 4.0, few decades, and from 4.0 to 5.0 now, hardly few years. So, the pace of technology is extremely high. So let's accelerate our learning curve. That's the only learning that we need to understand and be ready for it. Nothing to be worried about. Relaxed, be relaxed. Everything will come into you, and everything once you have your radar on, everything you will be able to grasp. We Indians are extremely good in understanding and working hard and smart to excel in anything. It comes by practice, it comes genetically for us, believe me. I was talking about data points. Is it going to be relevant? This slide, the numbers may not be, it may be relevant only for the next few days or weeks. But the concept is important. I think you all understand about GDP, Coimbatore being an industrial city, right? Gross domestic produce of our country, right? See, I am a bit passionate about India, country, and things like that. So, I will use a lot of analogies for our country, for my country, and things like that. The global economy is of $100 trillion as of today. Yes, we know United States and China lead it. Please note the right side of the graph where the India GDP has been growing since 1987. All of you understand it, all of you have taken maths because you are all in engineering, right, in 12th standard. You understand the slope, x-axis versus y-axis. Look at the slope and the progress of our GDP from 1987 till 2000 time frame. After 2000, it started increasing, the slope increases. In the last 5 to 6 years, and now you see the slope forecast is extremely high. So we are already a 3 trillion economy, and you guys might have, if you are closely following up the journals, or even all the news channels that we have in Tamil, they will talk about India overtaking UK in the GDP in the last few weeks, right? We are there. So how did it all happen? I am proud as a 7th generation IT person being part of it. being in the IT industry, being a computer science graduate, not only computer science graduate, any engineering graduate, have been part of India's GDP growth. Very happy about it, right? But there is some very important point you need to understand, which talks about India's economy's growth comes from three major sectors. I'll go from the bottom. Services. Services is IT and ITES services, software and associated services. Industry. Industry is the non-core engineering or the core engineering like mechanical, civil, factory, industrializations, instrumentations. I think most of you form this industry group. And there comes the agriculture. Some few years back, maybe 50 years back, agriculture was contributing to 70% of employment in India and contributing to around 50% of GDP. But today, we have services at 57% contribution to GDP and industry around 25 plus. Totally around 80 plus percentage of GDP contribution comes from technology and engineering. And agriculture produces around 17%. Good news, bad news, I will leave it to you, right? But one thing is very clear. If a 3 trillion economy has to go into a 5 trillion economy as forecasted here, we as Indians need to do something really transformational. How do you want to do it? Very simple. Increase the IT and other services from 31% of employment to 50% of employment, you will easily reach 5 trillion. But is that our goal? That cannot be our goal. That's not a sustainable goal. And our country understands that. So how do we want to do that? We don't want to bring down the employment on agriculture. We should not. Because today, India, all said and done, is self-sufficient in food, which is the basic necessity of any human being. So let's not negotiate on that, or let's not become destructive on that. So how do we do that? How can we enable agriculture? That's the solution, right? How can we enable agriculture despite being only 50% of employed in agriculture? How to increase the GDP contribution from agriculture? That's where Industry 4.0 is all about. We have drones, we have soil sensors, we have agriculture done scientifically, right? So this is engineering, this is innovation. It's not rocket science. The farmers are doing it with the help of technology. So as engineers, we have to contribute to see how we can help India grow their GDP by innovating. Think like an innovator and make it happen. And that is important. See, we were able to do, right? We were able to put the Mars mission. At what cost? That is innovation. The world was awed by that. We are able to do it, and we are being able to do it, and we'll be able to do it. How has it impacted? How is India seen? Local impact and global impact. Gone are the days where for a railway ticket booking, we used to stand in queues, fill up some challan, and go and give it in a window, and they will say, okay, this is your ticket, and they'll give a hard copy of ticket to you. We have digitized everything. Passport is digitized. Your Aadhars are digitized. Soon we will have a balloting mechanism which is digital, right? So all these are possible, and this has internally transformed. As I said, everybody has a bank account now. And less possibilities. The moment you connect everything, digitization, connect everything, and you have a connectivity and proof and auditing mechanism, it's expected that corruption should go down. Let's hope and pray for it, right? But if it is done in the good sense, right sense, I think we all, once we get educated on this and be familiar with this digitized India, only good things are to happen. The global impact here is, in 1970s to 1980s and 1990s, when I started working, many of the organizations in India basically worked on body shopping. I don't know whether you understand this terminology called body shopping. We send people from here to the Silicon Valley of the world, San Jose, California, or to Europe's. We worked there, some people, and worked for the companies headquartered in those erstwhile outside of India. But slowly we progressed. Those people who went there came back. We started developing offshore development centers where from India we started contributing. Still, the headquarters is in maybe the Silicon Valley. Slowly progressed because we are all innovators. The world understood the potential of Indian talent. So what happened? They started, the likes of Cisco, Intel, Juniper, Robert Bosch, Schneider Electric, ABB, all of them started their R&D centers in India, which goes without saying, the right talent tapped to contribute to R&D of the other organizations. What happened next? The Indian companies, we talked about multinationals doing IDCs here, right? India Development Centers here. We graduated much more because our talent pool is infinite. What we did? We started becoming MNCs, the likes of Wipro, Infosys, TCS, all these organizations, Indian erstwhile startups, they were services organizations, became MNCs. They put their development centers all around the world to cater to the nearshore needs. Isn't it a great progress? Now, the world sees India as not only a low-cost center, I will repeat this word, we are no more a low-cost center, we are an innovation hub to the entire global technology of $100 trillion. With pride, we can tell that. So be proud about it and see how you can be part of making 3 trillion economy into a 5 or 6 trillion economy sooner. And please mind you, the slope should be high speed, right? How many unicorns have come? The COVID season, it's a blessing for startups in India. You see, we have around 4,300 plus patents filed in India. That's why I call it as an innovation hub. The likes, there are multiple, startups being put here. Many logos are there. The likes of Dream11, Byju's, Oyo, Urban Company, blah, 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 in multiple industries. But do you know which is one very famous, fantastic startup? And nobody can beat it for last 18 years. Or now it's 20 years. What is that? Our IPL, correct? Everybody watches IPL, right? Every country started their own IPLs, or not IPLs, PLs, Premier Leagues. But nothing can match our IPL in the business model, right? So we are innovators by genetics. Let's unleash that to our highest potential. Learning journey. So what is happening? There is a lot of demand, extremely high demands. More than 250,000 lakh employment available in India for the startups and for the services organizations in India. And we have supply in those numbers also. Supply is there in terms of numbers. When I say supply, engineering graduates graduating. But then what is the problem, challenge we are facing? Is deployment of these engineers who are coming out of the college immediately into industry. See, we will talk nice, great things about India, but we should know where we are yet to improve. And that improvement point is this. Deploying each and every one of you when you step out of the college after 4 years directly into a niche project. Any industry, it could be Balachandra's projects, it could be Tangamala's project, anybody's project. How do we enable that? Data point, again, I'm a fan of data, right? Data point says only 50% of them are deployable. And only 18% of them are deployable immediately straight from college. Cross your heart, it's not a great sign. So how do we improve? We have to make it happen. That is what Madam talked about, the MOUs. The industry and the academia come closer and make and participate in the biggest portfolio of NASSCOM, which is Skill India. You might have heard of this, right? Skill India by NASSCOM. Only two parties coming together will not help us. College is ready, universities are ready, industries are more than ready because they have vested interest to deliver to their customers and clients. So who's the third party? Who's the third party? All of you. Students, right? So, have this in mind. Have India in mind. Have India's GDP in mind. See India as a developed nation, right? And opportunity is in front of you. That is why you need to improvise on your competencies and soft skills. Sundar sir talked about soft skills, life skills. Believe me, if you have done your virtual college, you would not have achieved that. We do see a difference in your own seniors and other colleges' seniors coming into the industry. Last 2 years, batches coming out, we do see a difference. I will stop with that. And we expect an improvisation in all colleges to make it happen. First, we have to realize where we have a gap and be ready to fix it wholeheartedly. So let's do that. So I sincerely urge all of you to utilize these opportunities of MOUs, Memorandum of Understanding that we have. We have it in multiple streams, in mechanical, PLM, robotics, tech pubs, 5G, 4G, software, full stacks, networking and technologies, hardware, VLSI, mechanics, board design, multiple areas. We have around 14 teams only from Capgemini Engineering. And you can imagine college has multiple MOUs across multiple organizations, industries. If your contributions and your collaboration is effective, I will guarantee 100% of you will be placed by the end of 4 years you are going out of this college. Believe me, that will happen. And we are forecasting that and we are wanting to work towards that with all your support. So you have to wish that to happen. You have to resolve. Ennala mudiyum, kandipa pannuven, right? Your radars, again, open your radars. Take things, right? So, I was talking about the MOUs, Capgemini Engineering, 2 slides, because I'm supposed to show these slides, okay? I'm ticking mark on the slides. 60,000 R&D engineers across the globe, number 1 in R&D services engineering, product engineering services, across 30 countries, working in multiple areas. I was talking about communication. Look at the clients there. Vodafone, Ericsson, Juniper, Cisco, AT&T, Nokia, all the top leaders. Take semicon and electronics, Lam, Intel, Qualcomm, NXP. Take software and internet, GoPro, IKEA, Flipkart. Aerospace, Airbus, railways, Alstom, automotive, PSA, Robert Bosch, everything, Mercedes-Benz. Take any top Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies, Capgemini Engineering serves them and our partnership with them in terms of R&D, product generation and deployments. So, oh, the volume will not come, is it? Not getting the volume. With that, I welcome you to the world of engineering. I like this caption that I put here. Formal education will 100% land you in a job. But self-education with continuous learning will make you a fortune. So, with this, I want to end my speech recapping 3 points, important points. Be an engineer by heart, right? Do it for yourself, don't do it for others. Take care of yourself, your family, but don't forget your country. Do your bit as an engineer for your country. Kadaisiya, be a good Samaritan. Humanity, do it for humanity. And try to see if you can make people around you smile. Correcta? So, Annal Abdul Kalam தொலை நோக்கிய கனவு இந்தியாவை உங்கள் மூலமாக பார்ப்பதற்கு I am waiting, we are waiting. வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி, வணக்கம், ஜெய் ஹிந்த்.
Thank you, Ms. Sumitra Ranganathan, for the practical update on technology, highlighting our roles and contributions to India. It was indeed inspiring. I now request Mr. S. Balachandar, Software Director, Intel Corporation, Bengaluru, and our alumnus to address the gathering.
I'm really proud to stand in front of you all today. I must thank our institution, joint management trustee, Mr. Arsundar, and our principal, Alamelu Madam, and also Veena Bojraj, who was my colleague since I joined this college. And also want to thank Tangamalar and rest of the staff of this institution inviting me as a guest of honor and give some orientation speech because I am a product of this college. So I would like to give some life lesson how to navigate this 4 years in this institution to really celebrate your success and get on to your the industry footstep, right? So let me talk with some basics, right? I think you all studied some mathematics and matrix concept in your schooling, right? Let's look at life as a matrix, right? Matrix is nothing but it's a line of horizontal and vertical lines, right? The joint points are nothing but a value creation, right? So if you look at Microsoft Excel sheet, right, you have x-axis, y-axis, and the in-between jointing point is called as cells, right? So today let's take, right? So today what I'm going to do, if you draw certain cells with particular color, right? That means you are making an initial footprint, right? And next day you want to do something and you want to color the next adjacent cell, right? So likewise, if you at the end of the 4-year, if you put every cells with a different color, right? At the end of it, you will see some meaningful, the image that's coming out of it, right? That's what exactly the value that you need to create at the end of the 4 years, right? So let's look at, right? So this is what you need to keep in mind. I want to create a value, right? Out of this 4-year I'm going to spend in this engineering. And for that, what I need to do, right? So let's look at, there is a 4 stages, right? For example, when we build any product, right? We form a team, right? So individual person cannot build any, great product, right? So we need a team. So when we form the team, right? So we call it as, we divide it into 4 different stages, right? It's called the forming, storming, executing, and finally celebrating, right? So exactly, right, since you are transitioning yourself from school to college, right, you are getting into a new space where it's little bit, uncomfortableness will be there, right? So that's what we are calling it as forming, right? You should just try to understand the ecosystem available in the engineering institutions and try to understand, right, how I am going to, position myself. So that's what called the forming, right? So while doing this, you are getting, lot of, you tend to meet a lot of people, right? Whether it is your, friends who is going to study along with you, you are going to meet your, lecturers, professors, non-teaching staff, right, and principals. So it's a kind of the ecosystem is, well established in this institution. You have a good infrastructure, you have a framework, right? So you are going to, interact with all this and trying to understand how I am going to position myself, right? Let's call it as forming, right? So mostly, this phase will take, few months of time, right? And then getting into a storming phase, right? So that's where, many people will feel, oh, did I choose wrong engineering stream? Am I going to sustain here, right? Maybe that the insecurity feeling will pop up, right? But nevertheless, keep faith in yourself, right? Be, confident and believe that, you took a right decision selecting the stream, right? And just concentrate, right? So remaining, 3.5 years or so, you will, if you sail it through, definitely you will reach the, the target that you wanted to achieve, right? So once you cross the storming stage, you are pretty much, got into a comfortable position where, you can really concentrate on your studies and do, well in your examinations or maybe, other thought process. So this is what going to take, almost towards the end of the 3rd year, right? And then finally, right, that's the critical phase where you will be looking for, okay, what I'm going to do after my, final year graduation, right? So that's where you need to really spend time in, doing internship and, doing some research-oriented projects, right? I think there are a lot of, the ecosystem is available here. And you should look at your, teachers as not just as a teachers, right? You should look at them as mentors. You should look at them as coaches. You should look at them as, teaching, right? So with all this, right, it's nowadays the culture has been completely shifted, right? There is no formal, student-teacher kind of relationship, right? It's more of more than that, and it's a kind of getting into a more of mentorship and coaching role, right? So you should try to utilize this ecosystem, and also the one important thing is don't be silent, right? When you don't understand the things, please raise your hand and talk to your faculties, get clarity, because engineering is not just about looking at things at macro level, right? It has to be, you need to look at the things, how a particular stuff works, right? Without that understanding, you will never be comfortable with the engineering, right? The reason is engineering is all about building a product that helps the lives on the planet, right? To have a better life, right? So the product development, driven by the technology. So that means if you don't understand the micro details, right, you will not be able to really, drive the engineering thought process in you, right? So with this, let's look at this. Like, we talked about forming, storming, executing, and celebrating, right? Just put this onto your, 4-year timeline. And during this, right, I would like to point out there are 4 qualities that you need to build, right? So if you go out of college, right, this is what industry experts, right, expects from you, whether you want to be in the technical stream or you want to be in the management stream, right? So first thing is expertise, right? Whatever stream that you are comfortable, right? Means like I think today I see people, from mechanical, aeronautical, civil, ECE, and E&E, and then robotics and automation, right? So whatever stream you have chosen, prepare yourself to build the expertise. That's why I talked about go depth, right? While going depth, right? Today the engineering streams, right, not standalone, right? They are different, engineering streams are marrying together to create an innovative product, right? For example, some time back, right, maybe a decade ago, right, we never heard about the term called a smartphone, right? It was just a phone, right? It was just a car, it was just a home, it was just a city, right? Now we are qualifying everything with smart, right? There is a smart city, there is a smart electricity meter, smartphone, smart car, right? Everything is becoming smart and smarter, right? That means the different engineering streams are marrying together to create a more value-added, innovation thought process or the technology or the product, which really, helps the, better life in this planet, right? So that's what you need to do, right? While you go depth, you should also develop certain adjacency skills that would, distinguish yourself from the overall crowd when you go out of the college, right? So the first thing is, I talked about build your expertise, right? The technology expertise, go deep and little bit go on the adjacencies. And the second thing is leadership skill. I think Sir also talked about the soft skill, right? Leadership is all about how you do the things, right? It's not about what, why, and all, right? It's how, right? So how really matters because, as I mentioned in the beginning itself, right? No individual person can build, the great product, right? You need support from other people. So when you interact with the people to create, common purpose, right? You need the soft skills. So that's where the leadership comes into play. That really addresses how part, right? And the third thing is, please keep in mind, as if you look at engineering, right? The end result is nothing but what you are, producing as a result to make an impact to the society, right? So the impact, right? What I'm going to do to create certain impact to the society, right? Without impact, nothing matters, right? So these 3 pillars, right? Get expertise, develop your leadership skill, and third, focus on your impact and results, right? For example, in your case, I'll talk about a little bit on, apart from the regular academic, right? You also need to work on the innovation process, right? And today, in today's world, there are huge opportunities, right? If you look at it, most of the engineering standards are going open, right? When I say open, right, we look at basically there is a closed source and open source. So in every stream, there's a good amount of, technology being, exposed, right, as an open standard. So as a engineering students, right, you can always open standards are pretty much accessible. As long as you have an internet connectivity, you just, go and look at, the different, standards and different, projects, products which are available in the open source. And open source is seen as one of the, the highest credibility when you go to an industry, right? So this is all like, abundant of opportunities are available for you to really, focus on certain, innovative project while you, completing your engineering degree, right? And the fourth dimension, right, which I'm talking about, you should create, some inspiration, right, or the aspiration, what do you want to do, right, and what makes you to drive, right? So combining this all four with, this four different stages, which you are going to achieve in next 4 years, I think you will build the matrix that I talked about, right? So this is all about, engineering. Right? So exactly right, I may not have followed the exactly same thing, but this is what I learned as of today, and I want to share my, learnings to all of you. Okay? And so I just want to, make one final closing statement, right? I had an opportunity to interact with Ms. Indra Nui, who is PepsiCo CEO, and he was a Tamil lady, right? So last month I had, leadership chat with her, and she mentioned one thing about, continuous learning, whichever position you are, right? It's not about just, it's not applicable only for the, the CEOs or, CTOs like that, right? It's applicable for everyone. So she gave an example, right? When she became a CEO of PepsiCo, after few days or few months, right, she traveled to Chennai and, went to see her mother. And she observed that there are a lot of relatives, right, of theirs, like came to their home, and they just said, "Hi, Indra." But they did not, spoke anything more than that. But they went to her mother, and everyone praised them. "Oh, great, right? You brought your daughter to such a, prestigious position. All the credit goes to you, right?" So she was, even though she grown up in, Tamil Nadu, but she knows, right? We also have like a Tirukural says, right? Indra Polidinum, Indra Polidinum Peridoka, Tanmagane, Sandron and a Ketatai, right? So I think that is what, she said, that struck me, right? So people are not appreciating me. People are, appreciating who basically created this product, right? And that moment she learned this, she went back to US and she said, "Why don't I apply this same thing with my leadership team," right? She sat down and she wrote an email about, a personal email about all of, her leadership team, and sent that email to, the parents of that particular, leadership team, right? So next day, her leadership team, right, everyone got, very surprised when they reached their home. Their parents are like, so happy. In my entire life, no one has written me email like this, appreciating my son or daughter, right? I think that was like, the great learning, right? So again, like, what I'm trying to say is it's not about just learning, right? You take some lesson from the learning and try to apply, right? And this particular, the behavior that she learned and, applied in her own industry, right, is created a lot of impact, right? And that's where she built a lot of trust with our leadership team, and that, gave us, a lot of growth, her, to look at, multiple, the business perspectives, right? So this is one of the example about like continuous learning, right? So there are two concepts, right? In Japanese world, they call it as Kaizen, right? So I was very, very much like, the moment I learned about this, I was, so much interested in understanding what is this Kaizen is all about talking, right? It's about continuous learning. The Kaizen itself, right, is an English term, is continuous improvement. And this is the, the terminology introduced by, Japanese. And if you would have seen the, some of the Japanese products like Toyota organization, right? Toyota Motors is the first one to apply this Kaizen, and they are known for, quality improvements, right? So the continuous improvement is like, everyone has to look at day to day and how do I improve? Instead of like basically comparing with others, let's look at your own progress, right? As what I'm doing today. Am I doing right things, right? At the end of the day, do some self-actualization and try to improve day by day. Okay? So with respect to this, there is another concept called ikigai. Right? Ikigai means how do I make my life worth? Right? It's called life's worth. Right? Everyone is like, every life is important. Right? But if you look at it, certain people are really doing great in their life because they are converting their life, more worth than others. Right? So if you look at the ikigai concept, as a human being, we are basically driven by need. I think our chief guest also talked about it, right? We are all driven by needs, right? When it comes to needs, there is people talk about 4 different hierarchies, right? The bottommost layer is called, we are all, needing every day, to have proper shelter, food and water, right? Once we have that, the second layer is all about security, right? Which is what called, financial freedom. I think this is also one of the famous quote where, Indira Nayu said, the education is a passport for your financial freedom. Whether his or her education is going to really, make you financially, freedom, right? So the third hierarchy is about social connection, making friends and, family members and, networking skills, right? If you do all this on day-to-day basis, then the fourth dimension, right, the fourth hierarchy, which is about hungry for recognitions, right? Or you can call it as ego, right? So normally when recognitions are there, there will be an ego, right? So you need to handle little bit on the recognitions or ego, but otherwise the 3, the bottommost layers, right? Shelter and food and security, which is in turn connected with the financial freedom, and then the social connection. If you build all these fundamentals on daily basis, your recognitions will be on your way, right? So with that, I'm closing my the thought process here. Once again, I welcome all of you to this prestigious institutions, and I'm sure in all these 4 years, utilizing this infrastructure and the framework available here, you will be definitely a successful, the engineers. And at the end of it, I hope you all will be, getting on to dream jobs or the entrepreneurship that you are, looking at. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Balachandra, for the motivation and guidance, instilling in our minds what engineering is all about and the importance of continuous learning. I now request Ms. Thangamalar Sundaram, Principal Member, AGMRD, TAFE, Chennai, and our alumna to address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone, and my warm welcome to all of you, the parents, students here. I'm very happy and honored to see you all here. I thank Sri N.R. Alamelu for the opportunity given for me. And as our managing trustee, Mr. Sundar was speaking here, you have a lot of opportunities in the college now. You have a lot of facilities. Please make use of them, and then it will help you to grow. And our Ms. Sumitra Ranganathan was speaking about data points and engineering and the opportunities available around the world, not only our country, around the world. And my dear friend Balachandar was connecting the dots as how you should perform after engineering. So now, what am I going to speak to all of you? So I thought, let me change the total perspective of my speech today. I prepared something else, but in the stage, it has changed now. So enna pannalam? Anaivarkum vanakkam. Nama enna pannalana parents oda pesidlam. Ipo ellarum students kitta pesitanga, engineering sollitanga, data points sollitanga, facilities sollitanga, enna opportunities irukku sollitanga. So nama parents kuda pesalama? Are you all comfortable with my Tamil? Ennoda Tamil okayங்களா? அப்பப்போ கொஞ்சம் இங்கிலீஷ் கலந்துக்கலாம். சரிங்களா? ஸோ இந்த 4 வருஷம் ஐ எம் கிவிங் அ ஷியூரிட்டி. நான் அங்கேருந்து இங்கே வந்திருக்கேன். நானும் பாலச்சந்திரும் 25 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி இங்கே ஜாயின் பண்ணி அங்கேருந்து இங்கே வந்திருக்கோம். ஸோ டெஃபினெட்லி ஒன் ஆஃப் யூ ஆஃப்டர் 6 years 7 years நீங்கள் இங்கே இருப்பீங்க. அப்போது உங்கள் பேரண்ட்ஸ் பெருமையாக இருப்பாங்க. இன்றைக்கி நான் எங்கள் அம்மா கிட்ட சொல்லிட்டு வந்திருக்கேன், நான் என் காலேஜ்க்கு கெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆனராக போகிறேம்மா அப்படின்னு. ஷி வாஸ் வெரி வெரி ஹாப்பி. தட் வாஸ் த ஹாப்பியஸ்ட் மூமெண்ட். லைக் பாலச்சந்தர் வாஸ் டெல்லிங், சான்றோன் என கேட்ட தாய். ஸோ பேரண்ட்ஸ் என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணலாம் நம்ம குழந்தைங்களுக்கு இந்த 4 வருஷத்தில், ஹவு டு சப்போர்ட் தெம். இப்போ இவங்க சொன்ன டேட்டா பாயிண்ட்ஸ், என்ஜினியரிங் எல்லாமே வந்து இப்போ குழந்தைங்களுக்கு யூடியூப்பில் கிடைக்குது, வேரியஸ் மீடியாவில் கிடைக்குது. அவங்க எல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுருக்காங்க. ஆக்சுவலி நம்மளை விட அதிகமாக தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுருக்காங்க. தே நோ ஹவு டு டூ இட். பட் ஒரு சின்ன கேப், வெரி வெரி ஸ்மால் கேப் இருக்குது. ஒரு இன்ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் தி அடாலசன்ஸ் ஆர் லேசினஸ் ஆர் வாட் எவர் வி கால் இட். ஸோ 4 வருஷம் அவங்க படிக்கிறாங்களோ இல்லையோ, நீங்கள் அவங்களோடே இருங்க. என்ன படிக்கிறாங்க பாருங்கள், எப்போ காலேஜ் போகிறாங்க, எப்போ காலேஜ் வராங்க, என்னென்ன அடிஷ்னல் கோர்சஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஐ திங்க் பாலச்சந்தர் வாஸ் மென்ஷனிங் அபவுட் தட். நீங்கள் வந்து அடிஷ்னல் கோர்சஸ் படிக்கணும். அப்பார்ட் ஃப்ரம் யுவர் என்ஜினியரிங் அடிஷ்னல் கோர்சஸ் படிக்கணும். ஸோ நீங்கள் தயவு செஞ்சு உங்கள் லாங்குவேஜில், தமிழ்லையோ இங்கிலீஷ்லையோ ஆர் வாட் எவர் லாங்குவேஜ் நீங்கள் எழுதி வைங்க. என்னென்ன சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் அவங்களுக்கு இந்த வருஷம் இருக்குது, என்ன படிக்கிறாங்க. தப்பு இல்லை, எவ்வளோ லெசன்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு கூட எடுத்து வச்சுக்கலாம். அப்புறமா அடிஷ்னல் கோர்சஸ் காலேஜில் என்னென்ன ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது. எவ்ரி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஹியர் ஹஸ் காட் அன் MOU வித் அன் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. Our principal Alamelu madam and Ganeshan sir sitting here, they visited most of the industries. If you go to the LinkedIn profile of Ramakrishna Engineering College, you can see எவ்வளோ இண்டஸ்ட்ரி அவங்க போயிருக்காங்கன்னு நீங்கள் பார்க்க முடியும். அவங்க எங்கள் கம்பெனிக்கு வந்திருந்தாங்க, டாஃபேக்கு வந்தாங்க. they met our HR, they met our R&D people. என்ன ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கிடைக்கும், எப்படி வந்து காலேஜுக்கும் இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கும் கொலாபரேஷன் கொண்டு வரலாம், how to bring up the students to industry ready. அவர் வந்து படித்து முடித்த உடனே எப்படி வேலைக்கு ரெடியாக முடியும் அப்படின்னு அவங்க வந்து she is last 15 years she is doing a fantastic job. So make use of it. So பேரண்ட்ஸும் இதை தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. உங்கள் குழந்தைங்க எந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டில் படிக்கிறாங்களோ அந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டில் என்ன ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது, எவ்வளோ 1 credit கோர்சஸ் இருக்குது. Do we have 1 credit கோர்சஸ் மேம்? எவ்வளோ கோர்சஸ் இருக்குது, என்ன படிக்கலாம். அடிஷ்னலாக ஒரு கோர்ஸ் படித்தா தப்பே இல்லை. இட் இஸ் அ நாலேஜ் அவர் தெரிஞ்சு வச்சுக்கிட்டு. அப்புறம் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி போகும்போது, இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இஸ் நாட் லைக் நீங்கள் கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் படிச்சுட்டு ஆர் மெக்கானிக்கல் படிச்சுட்டு எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ் படிச்சுட்டு நான் போய் PCB சர்க்யூட் டிசைன் தான் பண்ணுவேன், அப்படி கிடையாது. இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இஸ் காட் வேரியஸ் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ், டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ். you will know when you enter. ஸோ நீங்கள் அடிஷ்னல் கோர்சஸ் படிக்கிறப்போ உங்களுடைய இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் எதில் வருது அப்படின்னு தெரியும். ஸோ உங்கள் குழந்தை வந்து ஆக்டிவாக இருக்கப்போ யூ கேன் ஃபைண்ட் அவுட் தட் தே ஆர் ஸ்டடிங். ஸோ பி வித் தெம் ஆல் த 4 years. ப்ராஜெக்ட் என்ன பண்ணுறாரு பாருங்கள். செகண்ட் இயர் தேர்ட் இயர்லேயே இண்டஸ்ட்ரி இன்டர்ன்ஷிப்ஸ் அனுப்ப முடியுமா பாருங்கள். இண்டஸ்ட்ரி எக்ஸ்போஷர் கொடுங்க. சம் ஆஃப் யூ மேபி இண்டஸ்ட்ரியலிஸ்ட்ஸ் ஹியர், யாராவது கண்டிப்பாக இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸ் வச்சுருப்பீங்க. இங்கே இருக்கிற குழந்தைங்களெல்லாம் உங்கள் இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு கூப்பிட்டு போங்க, எக்ஸ்போஷர் கொடுங்க, எப்படி வேலை பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுங்கள். தட் வில் ஹெல்ப் தெம் அ லாட் மோர் தேன் ஓன்லி த கோர்ஸ். ஸோ லைக் 25 years முன்னாடி நாங்கள் இங்கே படிக்கும்போது 10 கிளாஸ் ரூம், 5 லேப், ஒரு லைப்ரரி, இவ்வளோ தான் இருந்ததுங்க. இவ்வளோலேருந்து இப்போ வந்து பாலச்சந்தர் டைரக்டர் ஆயிருக்காரு, தங்கமலர் வந்து AGM ஆயிருக்காங்க. And we have lot other people. We have senior vice presidents, we have entrepreneurs, we have directors. எல்லாரும் நீங்கள் எங்கள் பேட்ச், எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சதுனால எங்கள் பேட்ச்லேருந்து சொல்கிறேன். பட் இப்போ கம்பேர் பண்ணுங்கள், 25 years முன்னாடி இருந்த ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ்க்கும் இன்றைக்கி இந்த ஆடிட்டோரியம்லேருந்து லேப்ஸ்லேருந்து நிறைய ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் இருக்குது. யூஸ் பண்ணுங்கள். பி ஆக்டிவ் இன் ஆல் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கரிக்குலர் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ். ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ் ஆகட்டும், ஆர் எனி ஆரிட்ரிஸ், யுவர் English clubs, Tamil clubs, or if you have any other science clubs, technology clubs, please participate in that. உங்கள் குழந்தை வந்து சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் போக அதில் எல்லாம் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுறாங்களான்னு பாருங்கள். 4 வருஷம் நீங்கள் அவங்களோட இங்கே இருக்கிற ஜேர்னி, தே வில் டெஃபினெட்லி அப்ரிஷியேட் யூ இன் ஃப்யூச்சர். இப்போ திட்டுவாங்க, உனக்கு என்ன தெரியுமா, உனக்கு ஒன்றும் தெரியாது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. உங்களை கண்டிப்பாக சொல்லுவாங்க, உனக்கு தெரியாது, நீ பேசாமல் இருன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அது வந்து ப்ளீஸ் டோன்ட் மைண்ட் இட். ப்ளீஸ் பி வித் தெம் ஃபார் ஆல் த கோர்சஸ், ஆல் த திங்ஸ் தட் தே டூ. கவனிங்க, குழந்தை வந்து அமைதியாக இருக்கா, இஸ் ஆக்டிவ், நாட் ஆக்டிவ், ஹவு இஸ் இ பர்ஃபார்மிங் இன் த காலேஜ். செமஸ்டர் டு செமஸ்டர் பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. ஸ்டடீஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் இல்லை அப்படின்னு ஒரு பேச்சு வந்தது. ஐ எம் நாட் சேயிங் தட். ஸ்டடீஸ் இஸ் வெரி 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 இம்பார்ட்டண்ட். உங்களோட மார்க்ஸ் அண்ட் கிரேட்ஸ் plays a very very important role in throughout your career. நீங்கள் வந்து கம்பெனியில் இருப்பீங்க, ஒரு ப்ரமோஷனுக்கு அப்ளை பண்ணுவீங்க, உங்களை விட அவர் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் மார்க்காக இருந்தால் அவருக்கு கொடுப்பாங்க. தட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ் ப்ராக்டிக்கலி. there are a lot of things which is happening in the industry. So please be industry ready. உங்கள் குழந்தைங்க இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ரெடி ஆகணும்னா நீங்கள் எல்லாரும் விஜிலண்ட்டாக இருக்கணும். 4 வருஷமும் அவரோட பயணிக்கணும், அவங்களோட நீங்கள் பயணிக்கணும். என்னென்ன சேஞ்சஸ் வருது, அவங்களுக்கு என்ன படிக்கிறாங்க காலேஜில். அவர் ப்ரொஃபஸர்ஸ், அவர் ஹெட் ஆஃப் தி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ் ஆர் வெரி இன்டராக்டிவ். அண்ட் வி ஸ்டில் ஹாவ் அவர் பிலவட் உதயராணி மேம், ரகுநாத் சார். இன்னும் 25 வருஷம் முடிஞ்சும் நாங்கள் அவங்களெல்லாம் இன்னும் ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணுறோம். பிகாஸ் தி வே தே கேவ் அஸ் education and freedom in learning. So please utilize the opportunities and to come out to the industry. Then as அப்பப்போ இங்கிலீஷ் வந்துடுது, அவாய்ட் பண்ண முடியல, தமிழ் பேசி ரொம்ப நாள் ஆச்சுல்ல. ஆஸ் பாலச்சந்தர் வாஸ் டெல்லிங், இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு இங்கேருந்து வெளியில் வந்து இண்டஸ்ட்ரி ரெடியாக இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அடிஷ்னல் ஸ்கில்ஸ் கற்றுக்கோங்க, லீடர்ஷிப் ஸ்கில்ஸ் கற்றுக்கோங்க, சாஃப்ட் ஸ்கில்ஸ் கற்றுக்கோங்க. அண்ட் ஒன் மோர் திங் ஐ வாண்ட் டு டெல் ஆல் தி பேரண்ட்ஸ், especially of these groups of mechanical, aeronautical, civil, ECE, EEE, EIE and R&A. மெக்கானிக்கல் இருந்தால் தாங்க கார் ஓடும், ஓகே. சிவில் இருந்தால் தாங்க பில்டிங் கட்ட முடியும், ஓகே. எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ் இருந்தால் தான் பிசிபிஸ் பண்ண முடியும். இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் தான் ரூலிங் த வேர்ல்ட் அப்படிங்கிறது இட் இஸ் தேர். லைக் நம்ம அப்பா அம்மா எல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணாங்க, அவங்கவுங்க நேட்டிவ் லாங்குவேஜில் படித்தாங்க இல்லையா. எங்கள் அப்பா வந்து தமிழ் மீடியமில் படித்தார், இங்கிலீஷ் ஒரு லாங்குவேஜாக படித்தார். அவங்கவுங்க தெலுங்கு, ஹிந்தி அதில் படிச்சிருப்பாங்க. ஆனால் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணோம், இங்கிலீஷ் மீடியமில் படித்தோம், இங்கிலீஷ் மீடியம் லாங்குவேஜில் படித்தோம். அது மாதிரி கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் இஸ் அ லாங்குவேஜ். எல்லா டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்லேயும் கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் இஸ் அ மஸ்ட். எவ்ரி ஒன் ஆஃப் அஸ் ஆப்ரேட் லேப்டாப்ஸ், கம்ப்யூட்டர்ஸ், மொபைல் ஃபோன்ஸ், we use technologies. So computer science is a language. So அதை வந்து வச்சுக்கோங்க. பட் உங்களுடைய core engineering is very very important. Be expert in whatever field you choose. We are now core subjects will definitely get importance. எப்படி வந்து 15 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு கம்ப்யூட்டர் இன்ஜினியருக்கு ரொம்ப மரியாதை இருந்ததோ அது மாதிரி மெக்கானிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரும் ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்ட் ஆயிடுவார். ஏன்னா கொஞ்சமாக ஆகிடுறோம்ல, the numbers have become very few. So the learned mechanical engineers and civil engineers and EEEs will become really important. ஸோ நான் என் குழந்தைய வந்து மெக்கானிக்கலில் போட்டுட்டேன், ஒரு வேளை கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் அப்படிலாம் யோசிக்காதீங்க. படிக்கிற ஃபீல்டில் நல்லா படிங்க. பி அப்ஸ்கில்ட், பி டு த டெக்னாலஜி. இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்க. அப்டேட் டெக்னாலஜிஸ் தென் அண்ட் தேர் ஃப்ரம் ஆல் த ஃபீல்ட்ஸ். ஸோ தட் வில் ஹெல்ப் யூ. அண்ட் ma'am, anything else I should add? Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks everyone, and I'm humbled and honored to be here. Thanks to all my professors. Thanks to principal. Thanks to you, sir. Ma'am, your speech was very wonderful. Bala, nice connecting you here. Thank you everyone. Nandri vanakkam.
Thank you, Ms. Thangamalar, for the valuable advice, kindling all the young minds to make the best use of opportunities. SREC has been keen on recognizing the academic talents of the students every year. It is time now to commend the subject toppers for their splendid accomplishments. The Science and Humanities Award is instituted by the Department of Mathematics for toppers in mathematics. This year, the award goes to Dheeraj M. of 2nd EEE for being the topper in mathematics. I request the dignitaries to come forward to give away the awards. I now call upon Dheeraj to collect the cash prize and the certificate. Srimati Dhanlakshmi Lingaraj Memorial Award is instituted Srimati Dhanlakshmi Lingaraj Memorial Award is instituted by Dr. L. Raghunath, Professor and Head, Department of Chemistry, in memory of his mother for toppers in physics, chemistry and physical sciences. This year, the award goes to Kritika R. of second year BE Robotics and Automation for being the topper in chemistry. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am. The department-wise toppers will be awarded in their respective departments this afternoon. Great teachers leave fingerprints that never fade from the lives they teach. They are the reason why ordinary students dream to do extraordinary things. May I now request our principal ma'am to introduce all the guests of the departments.
SNR Sons Charitable Trust, ஸ்ரீ ராமகிருஷ்ணா இன்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜை 1994 ஆண்டு நிறுவினார்கள். 1994 வருடம் 4 பிரான்ச்சஸ் மெக்கானிக்கல், எலக்ட்ரிக்கல், இசிஇ, கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் அண்ட் இன்ஜினியரிங், ஆனுவல் இன்டேக் 180. அந்த பேட்சில் படித்த பாலச்சந்தரும் தங்கமலரும் தான் இப்போது ஸ்டேஜில் இருக்கிறாங்க. அவ்வாறு நிறுவப்பட்ட கல்லூரி 2022-23 அகடமிக் இயரில் 29வது வருடத்தில் அடியெடுத்து வைத்திருக்கிறது. இந்த 29th இயரில் இருக்கிற இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனில் இன்றைக்கு 4500க்கும் மேற்பட்ட மாணவ மாணவியரும் 272 ஆசிரியர்களும் இருக்கிறார்கள். இந்த 272 பேராசிரியர்களில் பிஹெச்டி முனைவர் பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள் 122 பேர். 100க்கும் மேற்பட்டவர்கள் they are pursuing PhD, ஆராய்ச்சி படிப்பை மேற்கொண்டு படித்து வருகிறார்கள். ஒரு எல்லா ஃபாரம்லேயுமே நான் அடிக்கடி சொல்லறது உண்டு, ராமகிருஷ்ணா இன்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜ் இந்த 29 வருடத்தில் 460 கல்லூரிகளுக்கு இடையே இன்றும் ஒன் ஆஃப் த மச் sought after institutions, not only in Coimbatore, also in the state of Tamil Nadu. அப்படின்னால் அந்த பொசிஷனுக்கு, அந்த ரெப்யூட்டேஷனுக்கு மிக முக்கியமான காரணம் டெடிக்கேட்டட், கமிட்டட், இன்வால்வ்ட் ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி மெம்பர்ஸ். இதில் குறிப்பாக நான் என்ன சொல்ல விரும்புவேன் அப்படின்னா, த ரிட்டென்ஷன் ஆஃப் ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். அதாவது நான் இங்கு குறிப்பிடும் பொழுது ஒரு ஆசிரியருக்கு 25 வருட அனுபவம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னால், அவருடைய மொத்த 25 வருட அனுபவமும் இந்த கல்லூரியில் மட்டுமே. அதாவது என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, ஒரு முறை இந்த கல்லூரியிலே பணிக்கு சேர்ந்தவர்கள் ஒரு ரொம்ப அவசியமான காரணங்களுக்காக அல்லாவிடில் இந்த கல்லூரியை விட்டு வேறு இடத்திற்கு மாறுவதற்கு விருப்பப்படவில்லை. That shows the attachment, affinity and commitment of our faculty members to the institution and their commitment towards the students in molding them to be the best. இப்போ இந்த 272 பேரையும் இந்த ஃபாரத்தில் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. எல்லா ஆசிரியர்களையும் நீங்கள் மதியம் லஞ்ச் பிரேக்குக்கு அப்புறமா தனித்தனியாக டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு போய் உட்கார்ந்து when you listen to the heads of the departments, they will introduce. இந்த ஃபாரமில் I will introduce the heads of the departments and ஒரு சிலர் முதல் வருடத்திலேயே யார் கூட நீங்கள் நிறைய இன்ட்ராக்ட் பண்ணுவீங்களோ அவர்களை மாத்திரம் நான் உங்களுக்கு அறிமுகம் செய்து வைக்க போகிறேன். I begin with the Department of Humanities and Sciences. I call upon Dr. K. Udayarani, Professor and Head, Department of Physics. டாக்டர் உதயராணி இந்த கல்லூரி என்று தொடங்கப்பட்டதோ அன்று இந்த கல்லூரியிலே சேர்ந்த முதல் பேராசிரியர். இந்த காலேஜுக்கு 29 வயசாச்சுன்னா அவங்களுடைய அனுபவமும் 29 வருடங்கள். இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபிசிக்ஸில் மொத்தம் 8 பேராசிரியர்கள், அதில் 7 பேர் முனைவர் பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள், பிஹெச்டி பட்டம் வாங்கியவர்கள். ஃபஸ்ட் இயரில் உங்கள் மேக்ஸிமம் இன்டராக்ஷன் இந்த ஹியூமானிட்டிஸ் அண்ட் சயின்சஸ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஃபேக்கல்ட்டியோடையும் ஹெச்ஓடிஸ் கூடயும் தான் இருக்கும். தேங்க்யூ டாக்டர் உதயராணி. I call upon Dr. L. Raghunath, Professor and Head, Department of Chemistry. Dr. Raghunath அனுபவத்தில் உதயராணியை விட 1 வயது இளையவர். அவருக்கும் 27 வருடங்கள் அனுபவம் ராமகிருஷ்ணா பொறியியல் கல்லூரியில் மட்டும். டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி மொத்தம் 7 பேராசிரியர்கள், 4 பேர் முனைவர் பிஹெச்டி பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள். டாக்டர் ரகுநாத்துக்கு கெமிஸ்ட்ரி துறை தலைவரோடு சேர்த்து 2 கூடுதல் பொறுப்புகள். ஒன்று வந்துட்டு he is the senior deputy warden of the men's hostel in which the first year students would be staying. அவருடைய 2வது பொறுப்பு, கல்லூரிக்கு 32 பஸ் இருக்குது. our transport network, buses are being operated from different locations in and around Coimbatore up to Tirupur. இந்த transport network-க்கு 2 professors in charge. அதில் ஒரு professor வந்துட்டு டாக்டர் ரகுநாத். தேங்க்யூ ரகுநாத். I call upon Dr. A. Shekhar, who is heading the Department of Mathematics. He is Professor and Head. Department of Mathematics 17 பேராசிரியர்களை கொண்டது. அதில் 14 பேர் முனைவர் பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள். நேற்றுக்கு பேசின எங்களுடைய அலுமினஸ் சொன்னார், மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ் அப்படின்னால் இட் இஸ் அன் இன்டெக்ரல் பார்ட் ஆஃப் இன்ஜினியரிங். மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ் இல்லாமல் இன்ஜினியரிங் கிடையாது. ஆனால் நான் மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ் படிக்கும் பொழுது ஒரு மேட்ரிக்ஸ், Bala was also mentioning about matrix intersection, illuminating the points and all that. Matrix நான் படிக்கும்போது ஒரு ஐஜன் வேல்யூ ஐஜன் வெக்டர் கால்குலேட் பண்ண தெரியும். ஆனால் ஏன் செய்யணும், அதுக்கும் இன்ஜினியரிங்குக்கும் என்ன சம்பந்தம்? அந்த அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்கோட மேத்ஸ் படித்தா தான் engineering will be learned better. Learning of engineering becomes complete. We at SRAC teach mathematics with engineering application and also through the software tools like MATLAB. Dr. Shekharukku இன்னும் ஒரு கூடுதல் பொறுப்பு இருக்கு. Along with Raghunath, he is also a professor in charge of our transport network. Thank you, Dr. Shekhar. Physics, chemistry, mathematics 3 டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டுமே ரிசர்ச் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டாக ரெக்கக்னைஸ் ஆன டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸ். சாதாரணமாக இன்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜஸில் இன்ஜினியரிங் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ஸுக்கு மட்டும்தான் ரிசர்ச் ரெக்கக்னிஷன் இருக்கும். பட் இன் எஸ்ஆர்இசி we have science departments are also recognized research departments supporting full-time research scholars and also postdoctoral fellows with a fellowship supported by the management. Now I call upon Dr. Vichitra Sivaji, who is heading the Department of English. டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இங்கிலீஷில் 9 பேராசிரியர்கள், 5 பேர் முனைவர் பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள். எல்லாரும் நேற்றுக்கு பேசின ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸும் சரி, இன்னைக்கு பேசின ஸ்பீக்கர்ஸும் சரி, they were talking on communication skills and also the soft skills. Communication skills அப்படின்னா பேசணும், படிக்கணும், எழுதணும், கேட்கணும். Reading, listening, writing and also spoken skills are very important. எனக்கு என்ன சப்ஜெக்ட் நாலேஜ் இருந்தாலும் நான் அதை எப்படி எடுத்து சொல்கிறேங்கிறதுல தான் my success is there to convince the person sitting on the other side. எங்களுடைய கரிக்குலம் ஃபஸ்ட்டு செமஸ்டர் முடிந்தவுடன் the student will be ready to take up the Business English Certification preliminary level, which is approved by the Cambridge University, UK. Second semester, அதே இங்கிலீஷே படிச்சுட்டு you can appear for the next level Vantage exams. இல்லை என்றால் ஃபஸ்ட்டு செமஸ்டரில் நல்ல ஸ்கோர் வாங்கியிருக்கீங்க, யுவர் கம்யூனிகேஷன் இஸ் குட். செகண்ட் செமஸ்டர் யூ கேன் ஸ்டடி ஃபாரின் லாங்குவேஜஸ். ஒன் லாங்குவேஜ், இட் குட் பி எய்தர் ஜெர்மன் ஆர் ஜாப்பனீஸ். இது அவ்வளவு கோஆர்டினேஷனும் பண்ணுறது இங்கிலீஷ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டு தான். வி ஆர் தி அப்ரூவ்ட் Cambridge English Language Assessment Center, approved by the Cambridge University, UK. We train not only our students, we train people from industries, from polytechnic, teachers, schools. So many children come here, get trained, write the examinations and get certified, for which for the 3 last consecutive years, we have been awarded by the Cambridge University, UK. Thank you, Dr. Vichitra. Now I move on to the engineering departments. I call upon Dr. P. Karupaswamy, Professor and Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Dr. Karupaswamy, 25 வருட அனுபவம் ராமகிருஷ்ணா பொறியியல் கல்லூரியில் மட்டும். அதற்கு முன்னால் சில வருடங்கள் இண்டஸ்ட்ரி எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஆல்சோ. இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டில் 27 பேராசிரியர்கள், 18 பேர் முனைவர் பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள். அதாவது 65% they hold PhD degrees. The department has got maximum funded projects, maximum citations for the research publications. ஒரு மாதத்திற்கு முன்னால் we inaugurated a aluminum recycling incubation facility. அதற்கு கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியாவிலிருந்து 3 கோடி ரூபாய் நிதி உதவி கிடைத்தது. எஸ்என்ஆர் அறக்கட்டளை 70 லட்சம் ரூபாய் செலவில் அந்த கட்டடங்கள் சிவில் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ் ஏற்படுத்தி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. through which we do lot of technology transfer. Dr. Karupaswamy holds one major additional responsibility. He is the vice principal of the institution, assisting me in all the administrative activities. Thank you, Dr. Karupaswamy. Now I call upon Dr. C. Kadirvel, Professor and Head, Department of Electrical Engineering. Electrical Engineering துறை 24 பேராசிரியர்களை கொண்டது. 9 பேர் இதில் முனைவர் பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள். The department has got best electrical machines lab, a very, very standard lab. The department also has got a good center in the renewable energy. Mechanical, ஒரு சின்ன பாயிண்ட் நான் விட்டது என்னன்னா, they offer specialization in robotics and automation and start the next specialization in 3D printing during this year. எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங்கில் ஒரு 20 கிரெடிட் எக்ஸ்ட்ராவாக எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் வெஹிக்கிள்ஸ் படிக்கிறதுக்கு நாங்கள் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். இதற்கு we have signed up an MOU with Mahindra and Mahindra. ஸோ இதை படித்து முடித்து வருபவர்கள் will get a joint certification and internship opportunities with Mahindra. Thank you, Dr. Kadirvel. I call upon Dr. Grace Selvarani, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கீழே 2 ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ் இருக்குது. BE Computer Science and 5-year Integrated MECH Computer Science. 37 பேராசிரியர்கள், 11 பேர் முனைவர் பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள். இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கீழே there is a Center of Excellence in Artificial Intelligence which is sponsored by Wipro GE Bangalore to the tune of 40 lakhs. In the department, they offer specializations and also minor. Minor na enna mechanical engineering student. ஒரு artificial intelligence or data science o கத்துக்கணும்னா 20 additional credit இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டில் register பண்ணிக்கலாம். The idea is Tangamalar was mentioning மெக்கானிக்கல் இருந்தால் தான் கார் ஓடும். மெக்கானிக்கலோட எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் கம்யூனிகேஷன் கம்ப்யூட்டரும் இருந்தால் தான் இப்போ கார் ஓடும். ஆல் high-end cars have become like that. So, we want mechanical, electrical and everybody to have some computing knowledge because the influence of digital technologies is so high. So, அந்த ஸ்பெஷலைசேஷன்ஸை வந்துட்டு the Department of Computer Science offer பண்ணுறாங்க. Dr. Grace holds an additional responsibility. She is the convener for the NAC, National Assessment and Accreditation Council. Thank you, Dr. Grace. Now I call upon Dr. M. Jagadishwari, Professor and Head, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. In the department, மொத்தம் 3 course. Computer Science, there is one more ME Computer Science also. ECE, BE ECE, ME VLSI and ME Embedded System Technologies. 3 course offer பண்ணுறாங்க. 36 faculty, 14 பேர் they hold PhD. In the department, average research publication per faculty is high. In fact, they were recognized for that during the previous annual day 2022. Dr. Jagadishwari holds additional responsibility for NIRF. Thank you, Dr. MJ. I call upon Dr. M. Sendamil Chelvi, Professor and Head, Department of Information Technology. In the department, 2 course, BTech IT, BTech Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. BTech Artificial Intelligence and Data Science or industry collaborative program. Robert Bosch Coimbatore is our industry partner for that. In the department, 26 faculty, 11 பேர் PhD holders. In the department, they have got a Center of Excellence in Apple Macintosh. iOS mobile app development, they have a good facility. They have a facility supported by NVIDIA for machine learning and deep learning. Dr. Selvi holds the additional responsibility to be the convener of the Women Empowerment Cell. 272 facultyல 48% women, studentsல ஒரு 38% girls. So we do a lot of women empowerment activities which have received accolades from IEEE Women in Engineering Global Award, CII Award, and also by the FICCI Ladies Organization Award during the last 3 years. Thank you, Dr. Selvi. I call upon Dr. K. Srinivasan, Professor and Head, Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering. This department offers BE in Instrumentation, ME in Control and Instrumentation Engineering. இதில் 16 faculty, 5 of them are holding PhDs. They have a Center of Excellence in Sensor Technology. They have the best process control instrumentation lab. Talking about specialization, IT, we have specialization on cyber security in collaboration with L&T Tech Services. Instrumentation, we have a specialization in sensor technology in collaboration with Healthcare Technology Innovation Center of IIT Madras. The additional responsibility of Dr. Srinivasan is the convener of NBA. He is also the director of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of the college. Thank you, Dr. Srinivasan. I call upon Dr. Ramamurthy. Is he here? Dr. Ramamurthy? I don't think he's here. I call upon Dr. David Ratnaraj, Professor and Head, Department of Aeronautical Engineering. Aeronautical Engineering, 11 பேராசிரியர்கள் 3 பேர் முனைவர் பட்டம் பெற்றவர்கள். இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டில் 2 ஏர்க்ராஃப்ட்ஸ் இருக்குது ஒர்க்கிங் ஃப்ளையிங் கண்டிஷனில். இது தவிர ஒரு காக்பிட் சிமுலேட்டர் இருக்குது. யூ கேன் என்ஜாய் த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஆஃப் அ பைலட். தேர் center of excellence in unmanned aerial vehicles is very good. They design and build unmanned aerial vehicles for different applications like fire extinguishers, etc. Dr. David holds a very major additional sensitive responsibility. We are enjoying autonomy for the past 15 years. Dr. David is the controller of examinations, responsible for all the end semester, theory and practical. Thank you, Dr. David. Aeronautical Department, UAV பத்தி பேசும்பொழுது, they are the DGCA recognized center to train UAV pilots, for which we have signed an MOU with Lawrence and Mayo at Mumbai. I call upon Dr. Sarojini, Professor and Head, Department of Civil Engineering. Dr. Sarojini is again with us for 20 plus years, heading the Department of Civil for the past 10 years. For the civil students, we teach the very much industry expected BIM software with a Rivet architecture. We offer a specialization in green buildings. The department has got certified green auditors who could train professionals from outside and also our students towards this certification. Thank you, Dr. Sarojini. I call upon Dr. Murugarajan, Professor and Head, Department of Robotics and Automation. This program was started in the year 2019. This is again an industry collaborative program supported by Wipro Pori, one of the automation leaders, Craftsman Automation Coimbatore, and L&T Technology Services, who is again an engineering solutions company. The facilities in this department, it includes a Center of Excellence in Industry 4.0, which the guests were also mentioning. We have facilities in autonomous mobile robots, AGVs, automatic guided vehicles, and also an open innovation center. The department has got 11 faculty members, 5 of them are holding PhDs. Dr. Murugarajan is again our alumnus, second batch, passed out in 99, joined us in the Department of Mechanical, grew with us, today heading the Department of Robotics. Thank you, Dr. Murugarajan. I call upon Dr. Murthy, who is heading the Department of Nanoscience and Technology. This center was started in the year 2012 with an investment of 3 crores from the management, with facilities in material characterization and material synthesis. These facilities are being used by all the departments, both by students and also faculty, for interdisciplinary collaborative research. This department has got full-time PhD scholars and also postdoc fellows. Dr. Murthy holds an additional responsibility to be the convener of the research initiatives of the institution, where we support and mentor young faculty members towards quality research and publications. Thank you, Dr. Murthy. I call upon Dr. Matilda, who is heading the Department of Management Studies. We offer an MBA program with an annual intake of 60. Dr. Matilda is heading that department. She holds two major additional responsibilities. She is the faculty in charge of the Entrepreneurship Development Center, which is funded by All India Council for Technical Education. She is also the convener for the Business Incubation Facility, which is supported by the Ministry of MSME. Students வந்து தேர்ட் இயரில் இருக்கும்பொழுது நாங்கள் பேரண்ட்ஸோடு சேர்த்து வச்சு பேசுகிறது உண்டு. ஒரு வருஷமும் வேலை வேணுமா, மேலே படிக்கணுமா, இல்லை ஒரு தொழில் தொடங்கணுமா, those who wish to be entrepreneurs, குறிப்பாக first generation entrepreneurs, hand-holding and support is done by Dr. Matilda and her team. Thank you, Dr. Matilda. I call upon Dr. Joshua Roy. Is he here? Dr. Joshua? No. Dr. Joshua is the placement officer in charge, who is responsible for all our placement data, which have now become a very sensitive data point for any institution, which was not so about 15 years, 20 years back. Now it has become a very sensitive data point. Joshua is responsible for that. Now I call upon Mr. Ganesh, who heads the Industry Connect. Ganesh is a very senior professional. ஒரு 35 வருட அனுபவம் பலதரப்பட்ட இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸில் HAL இருந்திருக்கார், ஏரோஸ்பேஸ், ஆட்டோமோட்டிவில் இருந்திருக்கார், ப்ரிகாரில் தொடங்கி பல கம்பெனிகளில். கணேஷனுடைய ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டிஸ் என்னன்னு பார்த்தா, டு கனெக்ட் SREC டு த வேரியஸ் industries, which all the speakers were mentioning. Produce AERO graduates இண்டஸ்ட்ரிக்கு தேவையான அளவு இல்லைன்னா. In fact, chief guest was also presenting employability and deployability. வேலைக்கு போனால் மாத்திரம் போதாது, எவ்வளவு சீக்கிரமாக நான் ப்ராஜெக்ட்டுக்கு டிப்ளாய் பண்ண முடியும், பிகாஸ் industries don't have time to train you and then deploy you to the various projects. So bringing industries to SREC, MOU signing, consultancy, problem solving, student internships, இது எல்லாம் அவருடைய responsibility. During the last 5 years, I share with pride that SREC could generate a revenue of 2 crores of Indian rupees through consultancy and centers of excellence. Ganesh should have additional responsibility to nurture innovation and also incubation. Thank you, Ganesh. I call upon Mrs. Rathi and Narendra together on the stage. Both Rathi and Narendra are the faculty members of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Their responsibility is to get you to the mindset of innovation. Everybody should innovate, be creative, be an out-of-the-box thinker. ஒரே ப்ராப்ளத்துக்கு பல சொல்யூஷன் இருக்கலாம். எது காஸ்ட் எஃபெக்டிவ், எது ஃபாஸ்ட்டு, எது எஃபிஷியன்ட், பெட்டர் ப்ராசஸ், ஸோ மெனி பேராமீட்டர்ஸ் ஆர் தேர். அந்த மாதிரி இன்னோவேட்டிவ் மைண்ட் செட் இருக்கிற மக்கள் will be able to succeed faster, which was mentioned again by the guests on the dais. இதை நாங்கள் 2015 வருடம் தொடங்கினோம். MHRD அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் இன்னோவேஷன் கவுன்சிலுங்கிற கான்செப்டை கொண்டு வந்தாங்க. இந்த சப்போர்ட் சிஸ்டமால் MHRD ரேங்கிங்கில் we are always with a top star performer. ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஒரு AICT ஹேக்கத்தான் ஆகட்டும், இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸினுடைய இன்னோவேஷன் காம்படிஷன் லைக் they won in TUFE, Titan, Siemens, L&T Tech Services, etc. This team is responsible to motivate them. Thank you, Rathi and Narendra. Now I call upon Mr. Nityanandan and Dr. Uma. They are our physical education team. We have one of the best athletic grounds in the city of Coimbatore. போன வருஷம் வரைக்கும் 6 மணி வரை தான் விளையாட முடியும். இந்த வருஷத்துலேருந்து எவ்வளோ நேரம் வேணால் விளையாடலாம். பிகாஸ் கிரவுண்ட் வந்துட்டு இப்போ ஃப்ளட்லிட் ஆகிடுது. ஸோ இட்ஸ் அ பிக் ப்ளஸ் ஃபார் த ஹாஸ்டல் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். நாங்கள் வந்துட்டு வி சப்போர்ட் த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஃபார் ஜோனல், இன்டர்-ஜோனல், இன்டர்-யூனிவர்சிட்டி, ஆல் இண்டியா tournaments and all that. They are responsible for that. Thank you, Dr. Uma and Nityanandan. I call upon Ranjit and Raveen together on the dais. Ranjit is Department of Information Technology and Raveen is from Mechanical Engineering. They take care of the Innovation Center and also Industry Connect. ஏன் இந்த பேர் ஒரு ஐடி ஒரு மெக்கானிக்கல்னு இருக்குன்னா, again, guests were mentioning, the line between the different branches of engineering is becoming thinner and thinner. எல்லா இன்ஜினியர்ஸுக்கும் எல்லா சப்ஜெக்டும் தெரியணும். கம்ப்யூட்டரும் தெரியணும். மெக்கானிக்கல் இன்ஜினியருக்கு சப்ஜெக்ட் நாலேஜ் இருக்கணும், கம்ப்யூட்டர் நாலேஜ் இருக்கணும். சிவில் இன்ஜினியருக்கு சப்ஜெக்ட் நாலேஜ் இருக்கணும், அதர் நாலேஜ் இருக்கணும். That has become the order of the day. அதுக்கு வேண்டி we have brought in this interdisciplinary team. Their responsibility is to assist Ganesh in Industry Connect. Ranjit from IT is a certified design thinking professional. He handles a lot of design thinking courses, both in-house and also outside. Thank you. I call upon Dr. Sharmila, Professor, Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering. Her additional responsibility is the Chief Operations Officer of our incubation facility. Our incubation facility is called Spark. It is a Section 8 registered company. We have about 5 incubators with us as of now. Our target is to make it 15 by May 2023. A separate block at a cost of rupees 3 crore funded by the management is in progress. That would house our incubation facility and also the Idea Lab, which the Joint Managing Trustee was mentioning. Yeah, funded project by All India Council for Technical Education. Sharmila is responsible to talk to them, bring the incubators, provide them all support, connect them to the various funds, etc. Thank you, Dr. Sharmila. I call upon Mrs. Vimala Devi. Is she here? Vimala? Yeah. Vimala is in charge of our Central Library. Central Library in the induction program, we have 82,000 book irukanga, physical hard copies. Idu thavira e-books irukku, e-journals irukku, printed journals irukku. Everybody was mentioning continuous learning is the mantra for success. If I should stay current and relevant to the industry, I should study, for which the library is open on Sundays also, Saturdays also, till late evenings. Hostel குழந்தைங்களை விடுற பேரண்ட் என்ன பண்ணணும் தெரியுமா? சண்டே காத்தால 7:30 மணிக்கு கூப்பிடணும். முதல் 2 வாரம் திட்டு விழும், அப்புறம் பழகிடும். That is the way to push them towards library so that you make them read lot of extra material. Thank you, Vimala. We have a health center facility which is headed by Dr. Gautam. Dr. Gautam will be available here every day post-lunch for consultation. We have a 24/7 ambulance facility, a set of paramedical staff for any first aid treatment. I call upon Dr. Kesava Swami, Associate Professor in the Department of Physics. Dr. Kesava Swami is responsible for all the NSS activities, blood donation camps, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, adoption of the villages, healthcare camps, dental camps, all those outreach activities to make the student to be conscious about the society and the neighborhood is his job. We have 3 NSS units, 300 volunteers, 3 officers with a lady officer as well. Kesava Swami is the chairman of that. Thank you, Dr. Kesava Swami. I call upon Dr. Krishnappa. Dr. Krishnappa is again an associate professor in physics. கிருஷ்ணப்பாக்கு ஃபிசிக்ஸை விட எது ரொம்ப அதிகமாக பிடிக்கும்னா யோகாவும் மெடிடேஷனும் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும். ஹீ லீட்ஸ் அவர் யோகா அண்ட் மெடிடேஷன் டீம். அவர்கிட்ட ஒரு 4-5 சர்டிஃபைடு குவாலிஃபைடு ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி, எங்கள் ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி தான், பட் தே ஆர் பேஷனேட் அபவுட் யோகா. உங்களுக்கு யோகாவை ஒரு கரிக்குலமில் ஒரு பகுதியாக கொடுத்துருக்கோம். ஏன்னா இமோஷ்னல் பேலன்ஸ் இஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட். நேற்றுக்கு பேசின ஸ்பீக்கர் சொன்னார், இப்போது ப்ரெசன்ட் ஜெனரேஷன் ஹாப்பினஸ் ரொம்ப அதிகம், ஒரு சின்ன தோல்வி தளர்வும் ரொம்ப அதிகம். அது இல்லாமல் ஹவு டு ஐ கீப் மை செல்ஃப் காம், ஃபோக்கஸ் இருக்கணும், கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் இருக்கணும், அதெல்லாம் சொல்லி தருவாங்க. ஐ திங்க் நாளை காலையில் 6:30 மணிலேருந்து ஸ்கெடியூல் இன்றைக்கே ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணியாச்சு. 6:30 ஹாஸ்டலில் எழுப்பி விட்டுடுவாங்க. யோகா கிளாஸஸ் வில் ஸ்டார்ட். தேங்க்யூ டாக்டர் கிருஷ்ணப்பா. I call upon Lieutenant Dr. Ramesh. Ramesh is an assistant professor in mechanical engineering, but he is lieutenant rank officer in NCC. He will be your NCC officer. 50 பேர் கேடட்ஸ் எடுக்கலாம், கேர்ள்ஸ் உட்பட மொத்தமாக. கடந்த 3 வருடங்களில் எங்கள் என்சிசி கேடட் செய்த சாதனைகள் ரொம்ப பெருசு. வருஷம் டெல்லி ரிப்பப்ளிக் டே பரேடில் கண்டிப்பாக எங்கள் கேடட் உள்ளே இருப்பாங்க. அங்கே போயிட்டு வந்துட்டு ஆர்மியில் இருக்காங்க, ஏர்ஃபோர்ஸில் இருக்காங்க, நேவியில் இருக்காங்க. இஃப் ஐ எம் ரைட், நேவியில் இருக்கிற எங்களோட என்சிசி கேடட் இஸ் அ லேடி கேடட். ஆக்சுவலி லேடி கேடட். இட்ஸ் அகெயின் matter of great pride. Thank you, Dr. Ramesh. Thank you. Now I call upon the senior deputy wardens and deputy wardens of our hostels. Dr. Gopu. Gopu is there? Gopu is not there. Nagaraj Pandian, Rajesh, Dr. Brinda, and Anita. Nagaraj Pandian, Assistant Professor in Instrumentation Engineering, Deputy Warden of the Hostel Block 2, where first years and final years would be staying. Rajesh is an Assistant Professor in Management Studies. He is the Deputy Warden for Hostel 1. Dr. Brinda, Assistant Professor of English. She is the Senior Deputy Warden of the Ladies Hostel. Mrs. Anita, Assistant Professor of Instrumentation. She is the Deputy Warden of the Ladies Hostel. Thank you. I think I have not left out anybody. This is the team, and plus the other faculty members to whom you would be introduced today afternoon are the team who are with me in elevating the institution to greater and greater heights with the freedom and support of the visionary management of SNR Sons Charitable Trust. In our hands, I again and again assure you that you will be molded well, not only as good engineers, but also as good citizens who are humane, who care for the society, and who use engineering and technology to improve the quality of life in every aspect in the society. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. It is time to engrave this event in the memories of all. To make this event a memorable one, I request a joint managing trustee to present the memento to our chief guest as a token of love and gratitude. Thank you, sir. I now request our principal to present the memento to our guest of honor, Mr. S. Balachandar. I now request our principal to present the memento to our guest of honor, Ms. Thangamalar Sundaram. I now request Mr. Ganesh, Advisor, Industry Interface, to present the memento to Mr. Karthikeyan, Senior Director, Capgemini. Thank you, sir.
அன்பு மாணவர்களே, கல்வி கிடைத்தற்கரிய பேறு, அதுவே உங்கள் திறன் மேம்படுத்தும் கருவியும் ஆகும். ஸ்ரீ ராமகிருஷ்ணா பொறியியல் கல்லூரி எனும் இந்த கல்வி ஆலயம் உங்களை சிகரம் தொட வைக்கும். நீங்கள் உண்மை உழைப்பை உரமிட்டால் உங்களுக்கு வாழ்வில் வெற்றி கிடைத்திட, வசந்தம் வீசிட, உலகம் போற்றிட எங்கள் மனமார்ந்த நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள்.
I now request Dr. L. Raghunath, Professor and Head, Department of Chemistry, to propose a vote of thanks.
A warm good afternoon to all of you. It is not what we have in our pocket that makes us thankful, but what we have in our heart. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. To start with, on behalf of management, principal, faculties, and personnel, I wholeheartedly thank the parents and students for rightly choosing our institution, SREC, where education is important with human values to help them to be successful human beings in their later years of their life. Thank you so much. We are very much grateful to our esteemed chief guest, Ms. Sumitra Ranganathan, Vice President, Engineering, Head Cisco BU, ER&D, Capgemini, Bengaluru, who despite her busy schedule has found time to grace the orientation program and showering the budding engineers with her inspiring speech. And you have really inspired our freshers, madam, and saying how to increase the India's GDP by thinking innovatively, thereby contributing a little bit to our own country. And you have proved also that we are a part of our innovation hub, and to ask them, the students, to take part and make the 3 trillion economy to a 5 to 6 trillion economy, and also the self-education with a continuous learning. Hope our students have really inspired and definitely go a little bit with whatever the advice, and in future they will make it a big one. Thank you so much, madam, for your inspiring speech. I sincerely would like to thank and place on record our heartfelt thanks to our most respected Joint Managing Trustee, Sri R. Sundar sir, for his gracious presence and by presiding over this function, and for his valuable guidance. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to express my deep sense of gratitude to our Managing Trustee, Sri D. Lakshmi Narayana Swami, and other members of the SNR Sons Charitable Trust for their continuous support. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our beloved principal, Dr. N.R. Alamelu Madam, for her stewardship, support, guiding the organizing team with a bird's eye view in making not only this program, but every program impeccable and great success. Thank you, Madam. I thank our guest of honor, Mr. Balachandar, yes, Director of Software Engineering of Intel Bengaluru, our proud alumnus, for gracing this occasion with his presence and for his nice speech, highlighting the importance of clarity in learning and also apply wherever it's possible, not only in life and everywhere, and thereby, so you have inspired our students' mind. Thank you, Balachandar. Thank you. I also thank our yet another guest of honor, Ms. Thangamala Sundaram, Assistant Chief Engineer, R&D, TAFE, Chennai, again our proud alumna, for her gracious presence and sharing valuable experience. நீங்கள் உங்கள் உரையால் பெற்றோர்களின் மனதை தொட்டது மட்டுமல்லாமல் தட்டியும் எழுப்பி விட்டீர்கள். ஏனென்றால் அவர்களுடைய பொறுப்பை நீங்கள் சரியாக சொல்லிவிட்டீர்கள். எங்களோடு சேர்ந்து உங்கள் வார்டை வந்து நன்றாக கவனித்து அவர்களுடைய முன்னேற்றத்தில் நீங்களும் ஒவ்வொரு பார்ட்டிலும் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்பதை சொல்லியதற்கு மிக்க நன்றி. தேங்க்யூ தங்கமேல. I sincerely thank all the heads of the sister concern, heads of the various departments for their kind support for this program. Further, we are grateful to all the personnel from press and media for their coverage and support. A program of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months in advance, of course. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated students, committee, and volunteers. I also thank all the coordinators, members of the various organizing committees for their contribution to the success of this program. Special thanks to the technical arrangement team, admission team, transportation team, and housekeeping team for their valuable and timely support. On this auspicious occasion, let us remember that both teachers and parents have an immense contribution and responsibility in shaping the child's personality. Parents are the first mentor of the child, and teacher is the second. So I join with Tangamalar and to say that let us collaborate and work hand in hand for the holistic development of the child. To love is to care. We all know everybody loves our children. To care is to share. So once again, I thank each and every one of you for your participation and support for this program. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. அன்பார்ந்த பெற்றோர்கள் மற்றும் மாணவர்களின் கவனத்திற்கு சில அறிவிப்புகள் உங்களுக்காக காத்திருக்கின்றன. எனவே தேசிய கீதம் முடிந்தவுடன் தாங்கள் இந்த அரங்கத்திலேயே அமர்ந்திருக்குமாறு பணிவுடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். We now request you all to rise for national anthem.